Los Angeles is a city under siege. Wildfires fueled by powerful Santa Ana winds are tearing through neighborhoods, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The sky, once a brilliant blue, is now choked with thick smoke, casting an eerie orange glow over the cityscape. The air is heavy with the smell of ash and the sound of sirens pierces the air. This is not a scene from a disaster movie, this is the reality for Angelenos today. The situation is dire. Thousands of acres have been scorched, homes have been reduced to rubble, and lives have been lost. The scale of the disaster is unprecedented, pushing emergency services to their absolute limit. Firefighters are engaged in a desperate battle to contain the blaze, but the relentless winds and dry conditions are making their task Herculean. This is a story of fear and loss, but it is also a story of courage and resilience. As the flames rage, the spirit of the people of Los Angeles shines through. Neighbors are helping neighbors, strangers are lending a hand, and communities are coming together to support those who have lost everything. This is a developing story, and the situation remains fluid. What is certain is that the road to recovery will be long and arduous. But one thing is clear, the people of Los Angeles will rebuild, they will recover, and they will emerge from this crisis stronger than ever. The current wave of wildfires began as small, seemingly insignificant blazes, sparked by unknown causes. However, fueled by the powerful Santa Ana winds, these small fires quickly transformed into raging infernos, spreading at an alarming rate. The dry conditions, a result of prolonged drought, provided ample fuel for the flames, exacerbating the situation. The Pacific Palisades fire, one of the largest and most destructive, has already consumed over 2,900 acres, forcing the evacuation of 30,000 residents from their homes. The Eaton fire, burning in the San Gabriel Mountains, has scorched over 10,000 acres and poses a direct threat to 37,000 structures in Altadena. In total, over 100,000 acres have been consumed by the fires, making this one of the most destructive wildfire seasons in California's history. The fires are not isolated incidents, but rather a series of interconnected blazes, stretching across a vast swathe of Southern California. The situation is fluid and unpredictable, with the fires constantly shifting and changing direction depending on wind patterns. Firefighters are working tirelessly to establish containment lines, but the sheer scale and intensity of the fires present an immense challenge. The most striking image of this disaster is the thick, choking smoke that has enveloped Los Angeles. The iconic Hollywood sign, usually a beacon of glamour and hope, is now barely visible through the haze. The air quality has plummeted, reaching hazardous levels in many areas. The smoke is not just an aesthetic blight, it poses a serious health risk, particularly for children, the elderly, and those with respiratory conditions. Hospitals are reporting a surge in patients experiencing breathing difficulties, and residents are advised to stay indoors and avoid strenuous activity. The smoke has also severely hampered visibility, making driving treacherous and grounding aircraft. This has further complicated firefighting efforts, as aerial support is crucial for battling blazes of this magnitude. The pervasive smoke serves as a constant, suffocating reminder of the ongoing disaster, casting a pall over the city and instilling a sense of fear and uncertainty in the hearts of Angelenos. As the fires spread with terrifying speed, mass evacuations have been ordered across the affected areas. Over 130,000 residents have been forced to flee their homes, seeking refuge in emergency shelters or with friends and family outside the danger zone. The evacuation process has been chaotic and fraught with difficulty. Roads are jammed with fleeing vehicles, and many have been forced to abandon their cars and seek alternative transportation. The scenes of panic and desperation are heartbreaking, a testament to the fear and uncertainty gripping the city. Emergency shelters have been set up in schools, community centers, and other public buildings, providing temporary accommodation, food, and water to evacuees. However, the sheer number of displaced people is putting a strain on resources, and many shelters are nearing capacity. The emotional toll on evacuees is immense. Many have lost everything they own, and the uncertainty of their future weighs heavily on their minds. The trauma of fleeing their homes, the fear for their loved ones, and the stress of displacement will have a lasting impact. The aftermath of the wildfires is a scene of utter devastation. Homes, businesses, and entire neighborhoods have been reduced to smoldering rubble. The air is thick with the acrid smell of smoke, and the silence is broken only by the crackling of embers and the distant wail of sirens. The human cost of the disaster is still being tallied, but the early estimates are grim. At least 5 fatalities have been confirmed, and that number is expected to rise as search and rescue teams gain access to previously inaccessible areas. Over 9,000 structures have been damaged or destroyed, including over 500 homes. The financial cost of the damage is expected to be astronomical, potentially making this the costliest wildfire disaster in American history. The loss goes beyond the material possessions. For many, their homes represented their life's work, their memories, and their sense of security. Rebuilding their lives will be a long and arduous process, fraught with emotional and financial challenges. Amidst the chaos and destruction, stories of heroism and selflessness are emerging. Over 1,000 firefighters are risking their lives on the front lines, battling the blaze with unwavering courage and determination. Working in grueling conditions, often with limited resources, these brave men and women are the last line of defense against the inferno. They are working tirelessly to contain the fire, protect structures, and most importantly, save lives. They are aided by a fleet of over 20 aircraft, including helicopters and air tankers, which are dropping water and fire retardant on the blaze. However, the strong winds and unpredictable fire behavior make aerial firefighting extremely challenging. Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency and secured federal aid to support the firefighting efforts. Additional resources are being deployed from neighboring states, but the scale of the disaster is testing the limits of even the most well-equipped fire departments. The impact of the wildfires extends far beyond the immediate damage caused by the flames. The smoke and ash pose significant health risks, particularly for vulnerable populations. Hospitals are seeing a surge in patients with respiratory problems, and the long-term health effects of exposure to wildfire smoke are still being studied. The psychological toll of the disaster is also immense. Many residents are experiencing trauma, anxiety, and PTSD after fleeing their homes and witnessing the destruction firsthand. The loss of loved ones, homes, and livelihoods will have a lasting impact on the mental health of the community. The road to recovery will be long and challenging. Rebuilding homes and businesses will require a massive coordinated effort from government agencies, insurance companies, and the construction industry. Providing mental health support and counseling services to those affected by the disaster will be crucial. The wildfires have also exposed the vulnerability of Los Angeles to climate change. The combination of drought, high winds, and rising temperatures creates the perfect conditions for wildfires to ignite and spread rapidly. Addressing climate change and implementing measures to mitigate its effects is essential to prevent future disasters of this magnitude. Even in the face of such devastation, the spirit of Los Angeles shines through. Stories of courage, compassion, and resilience are emerging from the ashes. Neighbors are helping neighbors, strangers are lending a hand, and communities are coming together to support those who have lost everything. Donations of food, water, clothing, and other essential items are pouring into evacuation centers and community organizations. Volunteers are working tirelessly to sort and distribute donations, provide comfort to evacuees, and assist with the relief effort. Social media has become a lifeline for many, providing a platform to share information, coordinate relief efforts, and offer support to those affected by the fires. Online fundraising campaigns have raised millions of dollars to assist with immediate needs and long-term recovery efforts. The outpouring of support demonstrates the strength and resilience of the human spirit. Even in the darkest of times, people are finding ways to help one another, offering hope and a glimmer of light amidst the devastation. The devastation caused by the Los Angeles wildfires is heartbreaking, but there are ways you can help. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, can make a difference in the lives of those affected by this tragedy. Here are some ways you can contribute. Donate. Financial contributions are urgently needed to support relief efforts. Consider donating to reputable organizations like the American Red Cross, the Salvation Army, or local charities providing direct assistance to wildfire victims. Volunteer. If you are local, consider volunteering your time at evacuation centers, food banks, or animal shelters. Your skills and compassion can make a real difference. Spread awareness. Share information about the wildfires and the ongoing relief efforts on social media. Help amplify the voices of those affected and encourage others to contribute. Offer support. Reach out to friends, family, or colleagues in the affected areas. A simple message of support can go a long way in providing comfort during this difficult time. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, but together, we can help the people of Los Angeles rebuild their lives and emerge from this crisis stronger than ever. Let us show the world the true meaning of community, compassion, and resilience.